Hi, today I'm going to be doing a how-to video on keeping your Windows operating system updated. You are viewing the desktop view of a Windows 8 computer. To get to the Windows Update feature, I'm simply going to right-click in the lower left corner on the Windows logo. I'm going to go to Control Panel, and Control Panel is going to open in one of two ways. It can open in icon view, which is what we see here, and you will notice that each of the features are listed in alphabetical order. Or I'm going to show you category view. In category view, we have each of those features grouped based on what they do. So if we're going to do Windows Update, that's part of our security measure. So we could start by looking in System and Security, and then we will see in System and Security that we have a feature called Windows Update. So when I click on Windows Update, then my feature opens, and it automatically tells me that I have two optional updates available. We're going to come back to that in just a moment. In the meantime, on the left-hand side, we see four options: check for updates, change settings, view update history, and restore hidden updates. So I'm going to talk about change settings, and notice that the options that we're looking at right now refer to important updates. There are three types of updates: important, recommended, and optional. So the options we have for important updates, there are four. We can install updates automatically, which is what Microsoft recommends. We can download updates, but let me choose whether I want to install them or not. Check for updates, but let me choose whether to download and install them. And then the not recommended by Microsoft, never check for updates. Updates are important for our computer because they provide us with a higher security, and in some cases a better feature or functionality in our operating system. So it's important that we keep that updated. I'm going to choose the updates automatically, just simply because I don't want to have to remember to go and install them or even to download them. Now, some businesses might choose to do that so that they can test or check out the update before they employ it into their networked environment. But I am just simply going to say, do it for me, do everything. Next, we have one option for recommended, and that is to treat it the same as important updates. So now, not only am I going to get important updates automatically, I will also get recommended. And then the third option in our settings is to give me updates for other Microsoft products when I update Windows. For example, my Microsoft Office software that I have installed on my laptop will now receive updates from Microsoft at the same time. So that's it on settings. I'm going to click OK to accept the changes that I made. The next thing we'll talk about is your update history. When you click on View Update History, we can see updates that have been installed, the status of those updates if it failed or succeeded, the importance, optional or recommended, and in this case it was an important, and then the date that it was installed. And let's just say I've been having trouble for a couple of days with my computer, and someone suggested that it may have been a Microsoft SQL Server update that was causing the problem. Well, I can look back in my update history, and I can see where there were two SQL Server updates that were applied, one on 3.16 and one on 3.14. Well, I'm going to start with the latest date, 3.16, and I'm going to suspect that might be causing my problem. If I wanted to uninstall that, I could simply go to Installed Updates located here at this link, and I can see that I have different groupings, and I'm looking for one that was installed on 3/16, and since each group is in numerical order based on the type of update, then I can quickly browse through each group and find that date, and there's my update. Again, once I highlight it, I can choose uninstall and uninstall that update, and hopefully that would fix my problem. I'm going to click the back button a couple of times to get me back to this window. And I'm going to come back to restore hidden updates if I have time. Right now what I want to do is focus on this center section, which tells me that I have 2 optional updates available. Tells me the last time I checked for updates, the last time updates were installed, and that I am receiving Windows and other product updates. Now, to install these 2 optional updates, if you'll recall on the earlier screen, we were able to set settings for important and recommended, but we could not for our optional, which is why this how-to video is important for you, the customer, so that you can go in and manually install updates that have been defined as optional, because your computer will not automatically. So I see that I have 2 updates for my operating system. Each of these updates on the right hand side include a description and a publication date, and then there's an alert telling me that I may need to restart my computer after I install that update. So if I wanted to install one or more of these updates, I could just simply place a check mark next to the one I want, and then in the lower right corner I find an install button. If I wanted to do both, I just simply place a check mark in both, and they will download and install consecutively. If an update would not be installed while another one is being installed, there would be an alert that would tell you to install it by itself. That's pretty simple. It's not a big job. It's just remembering it that seems to be the hardest for most people. I'm not going to actually install those or check for updates due to time, but it's self-explanatory when you choose check for updates, or when you click the install button. You can just follow the prompts. But periodically, I'd say if you're set to automatically install updates, once a month I would go in and do a check for updates and see if I had any optional updates available. Well, that's it. That's all I've got for you in my how-to video in updating your Microsoft operating system and Microsoft software. I hope you've enjoyed my how-to video today, and I would love if you would leave some comments and let me know what you thought. Now, go and check your computer and see if you have any updates that need to be applied to keep your computer safe and operating at its highest capacity. Thank you, and have a great day.